Emma had always been a hopeless romantic. She believed in love at first sight, fairy tale endings, and the idea that there was one person out there for everyone. So when she met Tom, she thought he was her soulmate. They fell in love quickly and deeply, and Emma felt like she had finally found the missing piece of her heart. But as time went on, Emma realized that Tom wasn't perfect. He had his flaws and shortcomings, just like everyone else. They argued and fought, and sometimes Emma felt like giving up. But she always remembered how much she loved him and how much he meant to her, and she pushed through the tough times. One day, Tom got an offer for a job in another city. Emma was happy for him, but she was also devastated. She didn't want him to leave, and she didn't know how she would be able to survive without him. Tom promised that they would make it work, and he left for his new job. At first, things were okay. They talked on the phone and video chatted every day, and Emma tried to focus on her own life. But as the weeks turned into months, Emma began to feel more and more alone. She missed Tom terribly, and she started to doubt whether their relationship could survive the distance. One night, Emma went out with some friends to try and take her mind off things. She ended up meeting a guy named Jake, and they hit it off immediately. Emma knew it was wrong to be attracted to someone else when she was still in love with Tom, but she couldn't help herself. Jake made her feel alive and happy in a way that she hadn't felt in a long time. The next day, Tom called to check in on Emma. She tried to act like everything was okay, but she knew she was lying to him. She felt guilty and ashamed for being attracted to someone else, and she didn't know how to tell Tom. She ended up bottling everything up inside, and the guilt and sadness started to eat away at her. Days turned into weeks, and Emma's depression got worse. She stopped talking to her friends and stopped going to work. She spent most of her time in bed, crying and thinking about all the mistakes she had made. She wished she had never met Jake, and she wished she could go back in time and fix things with Tom. Eventually, Emma knew she had to face the truth. She called Tom and told him everything. She told him how much she loved him and how sorry she was for hurting him. Tom listened patiently and told her he still loved her too, but he didn't know if he could forgive her. Emma was heartbroken, but she understood. She knew she had made a mistake, and she knew she would have to live with the consequences. She started going to therapy and working on herself, trying to find a way to move on and learn from her mistakes. In the end, Emma realized that love wasn't always easy, and it wasn't always perfect. Sometimes, it was messy and complicated and painful. But she also realized that true love was worth fighting for, even if it meant facing your own demons and making hard choices.